You ever seen the pig's flag? Did you know there's a pig's flag?
Yeah, right.
The coppers? Police and helicopters. It's called a titty tree.
This is a film about the Cox twins who live in County Durham. I started filming them when they were 12. They're now 22.
Nah, man, you got hammered last night.
Just Angel when he...
Oh, I might get seen.
Oh, okay.
It's a story of how decisions made by a child protection department came to transform their lives. As I followed their case, I soon realised that social workers face an impossible dilemma. Leave children with unsuitable parents, and they could be harmed, even killed. But take the children into care, and the family could be destroyed. All along, I kept asking myself, what would I do if I were the social worker? How would I feel if I were the dad?
Right, I'm not paying no fucker in.
Aye. So what?
That's mine. No! Put it back where it was!
The story starts when Mark and Jason's stepmother writes a letter to social services.
A few weeks ago, when Mark brought to my attention the bruise on his side, I felt that something must be done, as Tom will not even speak to me. Therefore, an outside party had to become involved.
Incident was reported. It was an unfortunate incident that had happened on the Saturday where the police obviously witnessed quite a nasty bruise on Mark, who had reported it to his stepmum,
Right.
stating that Dad had kicked him.
I had some money on the shelf here, yeah, and Mark stole it. So I smacked him. Well, I'm not ashamed of that. He stole £12 from me. If he'd asked me for it, I would have given it. But he stole it. So I smacked him. Yeah. Then he went over and my estranged wife, his stepmother, was at the neighbours opposite, and he told her about it. And she phoned the social services.
I think that they're quite vulnerable boys, actually. They lost their mother in a car accident about 4 years ago.
Right.
They've had no kind of counselling regarding that. Dad has got his own problems. The boys are saying that since the mother died, he started to drink much heavier, and obviously started to hit them more.
Well, don't think for one moment you're going anywhere.
Why not?
Because I said so. And my word goes. Remember?
Grandma moved in to help Tom look after his boys when their mother died, and again when their stepmother left 6 months ago.
All of it, boys.
An older sister also lives with them, but she keeps to herself.
I'm not doing nothing because I didn't sleep. I'm not doing nothing because I didn't sleep. I don't do Mark this.
I mean, there is a gran there at the minute, but unfortunately, like, the gran tends to collude with Dad, and she doesn't challenge his behaviour. She was present and didn't do anything, so I don't see gran particularly as a protective role.
There's only one thing keeps me here, pet, and that's your dad. Now, you are hurting your dad. You're not gonna hurt him, because he's my son. I don't like it. If he'd done that to me, I would have killed him. But your dad wasn't like that. He's always been a good son.
When my grandma came, that changed my life. I hate it. I mean, how you heard the way she went on in there. You hurt my son.
Because Mark suffered bruising, social services have to call a child protection conference within 10 days to discuss the incident raised by the twins' stepmother. Before Lynn Dawson completes her report on the family, she has to go through it with Tom.
Mr. Cox met Anne Cox approximately 2 years ago, and they married approximately 1 year ago. They have been separated since Anne Cox left the home suddenly. He presents as angry and bitter towards his wife, whom he believes left him for another man.
She did.
Whom he claims she was having an affair with for several months prior to her leaving. Mrs. Cox, however, disputes this and states she left her husband because of his unreasonable behaviour towards her. She states that you only ever hit her once.
Yeah, that's when I found out she was having an affair.
Right. But what she's saying is she knew at that point that the marriage was over because she said that she had experienced previous violence with her previous husband.
Well, I don't know about that.
Right.
The reason I hit the woman is because she turned around and admitted to me she'd been sleeping with another man for 3 months and then getting into my bed at night. Now, please tell me, what would you do with your husband?
Well, yes, I mean, I can understand you being very angry about that.
Angry is not the word.
Yeah.
What drink was it? Tango, please.
Small one?
Please.
Right, I'll go and check the and check the fudge cake, right? Oh, how nice.
Judy Spensley, a home support worker, is helping the boys prepare what they'd like to say to the conference.
If you just read through that for me, right?
Things that have happened. At first, my dad strangled Jason. Yes. Then he kicked Mark and punched Mark twice. No.
PC Barris confirmed Mr. Cox is a heavy drinker, and on the day the incident was...
What is PC Barris now?
I'm not sure.
That's because Sheila had been telling lies about me, man.
I'm not sure. But that was the information that I got. And on the day the incident was reported, it was believed to be at the club, leaving the children home alone. Now that was just believed. That's the information that I got.
I've got a daughter, 18.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm just saying that's the information that we got, yeah?
This is all rubbish, I'm gone.
Tom, please stay with me.
Listen, no. I am getting character assassination here and I'm not having it.
Tom, because listen, I mean...
It's not right.
Right, yeah.
You know? I'm the devil incarnate here.
We're not saying you're the devil incarnate. What I'm saying is there's information that we've received that's causing some concern.
It's causing me concern.
Yes. You're going to have the opportunity to say what you feel about the information.
See, all this down here written all about me, yeah? But there's nobody been to me and asked my opinion and my opinion of her and told you what she does and what she's done.
And what have
Nobody asks me.
What have I done?
You haven't done nothing.
Have I not asked you that?
Yeah, but it's not written down black and white, like all this is.
We haven't finished yet, have we? Mr. Cox became very agitated and angry, blaming his estranged wife, Anne Cox, for creating problems for him and making counter-allegations against her, stating she also used to hit the boys.
Yes, she did.
This was later confirmed by the boys.
She also used to lock us in our bedroom for hours and we weren't even allowed to go to the toilet. My dad only started to hit us when my real mum died. He also started to drink more than he used to.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The children appear to be apprehensive about their father's behaviour and no longer feel confident in predicting his moods. They do not feel...
Who says this?
I think this is what I sense with the children. I think the children feel that things have got gradually worse since their mum died. You know, I think that they're noticing changes, Tom. They're probably worried about you as well.
I'm not having that. I won't come.
A child protection conference will decide whether a child has been harmed or in danger of being harmed. They will take in consideration reports from any person they think may have information to do with you, like parents, family, careers, teachers, police or doctors. Remember, people will listen to what you say.
Stop that. Come on, stop it. Out.
Their behaviour can be challenging and difficult to manage at times, and the family beliefs regarding what is appropriate discipline causes me some concern regarding the future unless appropriate action is taken to help resolve the underlying issues presented. So that's really what I'm saying there.
So you're not going to leave us alone, is that what you're saying? Put it in layman's terms.
I think the end result will be that, yes, what I'll be recommending is that we actually continue our involvement, and I've discussed...
Well, is there any way I can go to get this stopped?
He had said, do I have to agree to this?
Right.
And I said, well, unfortunately, I says the meeting is about you're part of the meeting, but it's all of the agencies like school, health, and ourselves that actually make that decision.
Yeah. He can appeal if he wants, and he can appeal that the decision was incorrect. That doesn't mean that,
We'll change it.
My solicitor said she would come with me if I needed her. But I don't think that's necessary. I think I can go and sit down and talk to these people and there'll be no problems.
If they say, we're taking your children from you tomorrow, I don't know how Tom will get home. I think it'll just, I think everything will go blank.
All of the professionals involved in the boys' lives are invited to the Child Protection Conference to discuss the family and read each other's reports. A teacher from each of the boys' schools is here.
We unfortunately had 2 incidents which led to fixed-term exclusions for Jason. One incident was as the result of an assault on another pupil. But I'm now seeing a boy who is displaying signs of depression. I think he is, in various ways, screaming for some attention.
I've said to a number of people over the last few days, to me, Mark is like the Artful Dodger. And I'm concerned that this level of intelligence that he's got, if he's unstructured, could lead him down the wrong path and he's going to end up into trouble. And I would hate to see that happen to Mark, because he has the potential to do quite well.
If they decide the boys are in danger, their names will be placed on a national register of children at risk. They must listen to the twins' views before making their decision.
Right.
I don't mind at all, I've nothing to hide.
Fine. Okay.
Tom's asked to leave so the boys can speak freely.
Jason, I'm just going back to a conversation that you had with Mr. Beardsmore during form time. Because Mr. Beardsmore has written this, that if you ever asked your father to do anything, you got kicked about, and anyway, my dad is at the club or drunk most of the time. Do you recall that conversation with Mr. Beardsmore?
I was next to the 6th form block.
Right.
What do you think it's like, Mark?
It's my grandma. She stirs things up. She stirs the story round. I mean, if there's our beds are made, that bedroom's a mess. There's socks all over and stuff like that.
Would you be happy if we decide today that...
Get my grandma back.
No.
Can't do things like that.
But do you think you'd be happy for someone to come out to help with your dad and get your life sorted out and make things better and try and make things better? You'd be happy to see people and talk to someone like that?
Just have his say.
If the boys are put on the register, social services must keep a close eye on the family. And whether Tom likes it or not, he will have to let them into his home.
Yeah, I feel very strongly that the boys' name should go on the register, and I think Tom knows that. I don't think we would get Tom's cooperation if they didn't go on the register.
Is that agreed by everybody that
The children's names should go onto the Child Protection Register.
The names are going on, and
They will go onto the Child Protection Register.
So,
yeah.
hang on, let me have this in layman's terms.
Right.
What you're saying is you think I'll won't be kids again? Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
No.
If Tom can show the children are safe, the decision can be reversed in 6 months' time.
Hang in there. The children are with you, and nobody's talking about removing them. That's not what we're about, okay? And we're there to, as a bunch of professionals, to help you and the children to improve.
Well, I don't agree with this register thing because I think it's... Never mind.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to argue about it because it doesn't make any difference what I say. It's going to happen anyway, isn't it?
Well, we're going to work together.
Yeah. I felt there was more talk to as listened to, actually. Come on, we're going up home.
Are you watching?
I'm watching.
I'm watching.
Hey. See that, John?
It was a nice little incident, yeah. And these people are treating it like World War III, you know? It's unreal. I class myself as a responsible adult at 42 years age, and I'm being told that I can't decide what's best for my family and what's not best for my family. And I don't like it.
Not the money now, because we're going to talk about it out today.
What money?
For the youth.
Right. Now what's happened?
Oh, everything's fine. There's going to be somebody to come out to see us every week. And then in 6 weeks' time there's going to be an assessment made.
You know what that's for, don't you? To see if you've done anything. See if you've given them another clout.
Decisions are being made and...
do they go to school tomorrow or not?
Yes.
I'll go and get them the good news.
Of course they go to school.
Now what? Now what? Yeah, do you think this is an open house, like?
No, I'm staying with the pop.
Well, there isn't any. You drank it. You know, when it's in your gut, you've had it.
Do I need pennies, Grandma?
No.
For the poor?
No, for the poor. You're not worth a penny between you. I wouldn't buy you two if you were on the shelf.
Gosh, I would.
I wouldn't.
You would do
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? I'd kill you.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay a penny for you.
I'd do you in when we come through.
Social services believe that ideally families should be kept together, but they also have to make sure the children are safe.
But I said 4 o'clock, they had to be back before.
Judy's sent in twice a week to keep an eye on the boys and to find out what's really going on at home.
Get off the window cleaner's beam. Mark, I have to wash that shirt. Oh, I'll murder you before tonight's out. I'm always going to do this to them. Every night when they go to bed, you know. And then I'll say to them, mind if I start with you? I'll murder you if I start. I used to always say this to mine. And then when they go to bed, they'll either pop their head round the door, you know, or they'll wait till I go upstairs, because I always check them each time. And they'll say, you didn't murder us tonight, Grandma. I'll say, but I will tomorrow. I says, no. I says, you're very lucky, Tom. You don't really know how lucky you are.
Tom's wife died that you felt
Tragic.
like that?
Terrible, Linda.
Oh, no,
The car
it's
crash.
awful.
Oh, that was terrible. It was. I mean, that girl was standing still, you know. She wasn't driving, you know. The car was stationary. And he, drunken driver, came along and he smashed into her, the front end. The driving wheel went through her chest and out through her back. She had to be cut out. It took them, I think it was about 2.5 hours to cut her out.
And the boys were in there?
The boys were in.
Mother Mercy, yeah. The kids got out. My wife didn't make it, but the kids did. So, you know, at least I've still got something. It could have been all of them, couldn't it? But it wasn't. I would have rather been nobody, but never mind. Well, the guy got 4 years. He's out now, you know. But I mean, it's, well, no point in going looking for him, is it? What's the point? 2 wrongs don't make a right. And anyhow, I couldn't afford to get time. Then I wouldn't have no home and no children anyway. So, you know.
As well as visits to his home, Tom has to attend meetings to check on the family's progress. The first is held just a week after the conference.
Hi, Mr. Cox, have a seat.
All right, thank you.
Lynn is on holiday, so Lorraine Botcherby is taking her place.
There's lots of issues with regard to the boys having to cope with the mother's death, to cope with Anne leaving the family home. There's issues for you in that process. There's also issues with regard to information that we've received saying that, you know, you may have a problem with alcohol.
I know where that's come from as well, but never mind.
Right. What happens to make you feel under some pressure that made you feel that you had to resort to the drastic measures that you did with
Oh, no, I'm disputing that straight away.
Right.
Don't you try to say that because I'm under pressure I hit the kids, because that is a lie.
Well, the pressure was that Mark had taken the money.
That's right, that's why he got smacked, because
Well,
he stole...
that was a pressure.
He stole 10 quid.
Right, yes, I accept it.
If I stole 10 quid, I'd accept to get smacked as well.
Right, but what we're saying is that it was a smack that injured Mark. He had bruising, which is unacceptable.
Okay, fine.
Right.
I've already admitted that about 19 times.
Right, well let's start from that premise then, okay? Now, can I ask you if you've got any feedback from that with regard to the children and what they've obviously said to you, Sam?
I think the main issue, sort of from the children, is Tom's memory problem. They find that a little bit confusing.
No, I don't think it's that bad. It's just sometimes I forget things, that's all.
I understand you'd forgot that I'd been to visit you on Monday. Yeah.
Well, I can't deny it.
Yeah. So the memory
They suspect Tom's poor memory is alcohol related, but can't be sure until they have a psychiatric assessment.
But perhaps Dr. Fisher can help us understand and help you understand. So I will ask him and I'll see what kind of support that we can get geared up into that channel.
He's a nice fella, him. Dr. Fisher.
Another was the schooling. There have been some problems with both children with regard to their behaviour. Also,
Jason's been sent home today.
Right, yeah.
It's a difficult day for Tom. He already knows that Jason has been excluded for swearing at a teacher. And later that day, Mark is also in deep trouble at his school.
Can I ask you again what in fact was wrong with what you did?
So I pulled the chair out of her way and just went and sat down with her. She had enough time to notice that the chair wasn't there.
But you're still qualifying what you did. As a result of what you did, that girl has got plaster on her arm for 2 weeks. Yes? She's badly bruised her knee, so they don't know what's wrong with it until the swelling goes down. All because you decided to pull the chair away.
I mean, it was her fault. She had about 5 minutes to notice the chair wasn't there.
But I don't think you made it clear enough that you were going to remove the chair. Otherwise, she wouldn't have sat down.
These people just seem to appear and knock on the door and say, I'm such and such from somewhere. It's about such and such and such and such. And I don't know, I just don't know why they keep coming here. Actually, it makes me feel like we are living in a goldfish bowl.
That just tells you about fixed term exclusion.
Tell me? Yeah, right, come on, let's have another broadside, why not?
I regret to inform you that I have, from today, excluded Mark from attending this school. This decision has been taken because of his irresponsible behaviour, which has resulted in a fellow pupil sustaining quite serious injuries. Mark will be
come on, serious injuries, please.
Do you not think it's serious?
He hasn't broke his back or nothing.
Was it she?
No.
You shouldn't have done it anyway.
Was she knew?
I think the injuries were quite serious.
Yeah.
It is serious if a child ends up with a plaster on her arm and...
Yes.
Okay. Mark will be reinstated on Monday the 21st of April. providing I am assured that his future conduct will be acceptable. Please bring Mark with you to this meeting. Okay.
You don't realise how sick and tired I am of all this trouble. You don't understand, do you?
Yes, I think I do understand.
You don't. No, you don't.
Are you not happy with the support that you've got in place, Mr. Cox? Or
I'm not happy with the interference.
you're not happy with the interference?
Correct.
But in order for people to stop coming to see you, the sooner that we help the boys.
They don't need no help. They're alright.
So do you not think then that some of the behaviour in school...
It's terrible.
Right. So how do you think then that we can sort that out?
I'm fed up with people who keep coming to my house all the time. I'm fed up. I'm getting persecuted for what somebody else has done. Yeah?
And do you think that your former wife has stirred all this up for you?
Yes.
Has she had any contact with the boys at all?
Yes, she's tried. Ask them all the time.
Have you seen your stepmom?
Don't want to see her.
You don't want to see.
But you have seen her.
He has a good right to be angry.
No, he wasn't angry. He just said, right, I don't want you here. Just go and live with Anne if you want.
You've told me before that Anne's beaten the living daylights out of you.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah, but she loved us. At least she loved us.
So you're prepared to put up with beatings?
Aye. Don't even hurt.
They don't even hurt?
Aye.
Just so that you can go out till 9 o'clock at night? That's what you're saying, is it?
No. I'm saying I could be loved somewhere else.
I'm sure you could, but the point is you loved at home. It's just that he doesn't know how to show it. One of the things that the lads do want to discuss is that they don't feel or don't think that you love them.
Of course I do, they're my sons.
It's less than a month since social services first got involved with the family, and now the twins are in trouble with the police.
Apparently there's a derelict house in them woods over there. And they were caught there breaking windows. There nobody lives in it, but they were there smashing the windows and what have you, and the police caught them, brought them home, cautioned them. They should just build a little police station on the side of my house. Ground them doesn't seem to do a lot of good anyway. As soon as I say, right, you can go out, the first thing you do is get into trouble again. You know, where do you go from there? You tell them, you tell them, you tell them.
No, you tell them.
Take any notice.
Well,
Nothing.
maybe somebody like me telling them they might take notice.
Try it.
No.
I'll give you 10 to 1.
I know, what makes it all the worse is the fact that they are bright lads and you think they're going to end up locked up or whatever.
Yeah, I do.
I know you do.
I know exactly where they're coming from, where they're going. I saw it with my oldest son.
Do you ever visit your brother then?
No.
No. Wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to?
No.
You'll be in the next cell shortly.
Well, it means that we're just going to end up in jail. That's it.
Do you think he's right?
Aye, to be honest. No.
He's quite adamant that they're going to turn out like Pa, isn't he? And I think he's like putting that into the lads' head and it could push it that way. Whereas a lot of what they're doing is quite common adolescent behaviour, really.
Judy reports her worries back to the office. In Lynn's absence, the call is taken by team manager Chris Mackay.
He accepts that the lads are getting sort of into more and more bother. He'll cope, that's basically what he's saying.
Is that you saying he'll cope, or is that him saying he'll cope?
He's saying he'll cope.
Do you think he will?
A week later, Lynn returns from her holiday.
Well, what we're trying to do, really, is to have a maintenance package to try and maintain these kids at home whilst addressing their emotional problems that are leading to the behaviours and the difficulties. But we still know that the actual pivot of this is Dad. And we need an opinion as to his competence to
a diagnosis is, yes, I think...
particularly in respect to father.
Come in. Tom, hi.
Hi.
Long time no see. What I wanted to talk to you about today, Tom, was some help for you.
I'm all right.
I know you keep saying that, but I have spoken to someone. It's a lady called Gail Yoxall. She works in that environment with Dr. Fisher and other people that work with lots of people that go through difficulties.
I don't need anybody, I'm all right. I'm fine.
Can I ask your mum what she thinks about that?
I think Tom needs some rest, and he does.
The thing about a rest, we do have facilities to offer respite.
He wouldn't do that.
You know, we could look at that. You know,
I'm not splitting my family up now.
we're not talking about long term, Tom. What we're talking about.
I've lost enough, no more.
Yeah. What we're talking about, Tom, here is getting you through a bad patch.
Mark, man! Don't you...
2 days later, Mark's in trouble at school again. He's sworn at a teacher and walked out.
Yes, you walk out with your legs, but what did you say with your mouth?
Nose?
Now, boy, don't annoy me. Because as I know, I do know.
Grandma and Tom decide to ground Mark as punishment.
Well, that's the end of the story. You're not going out, but you can.
Have you got to put a coat on?
I put my jacket on.
Because by the time the sun goes in, you know, it'll be cold.
I've got no underneath it.
Mark decides to defy his father.
Mark, come back in here when your dad's talking to you, please.
You just said get out.
No, I didn't. You said you were going to leave. Don't twist the story, you little liar. Let him bugger off.
He's walked out the house, you know.
I don't give a toss.
Yeah? Well, you're not allowed to touch them. What a shame.
Correct.
Bloody social services make me sick.
I know exactly where he's gone.
Mark! Get in!
Is he gone?
Honestly, like this law where you don't smack the children, I do not believe in that, lad.
See you later, Grandma.
Right, I'll see you later.
That night, Mark goes on the run.
I'm not coming back home. She says, well, you better come, the police are on the way. I mean, she's only trying to scare us. That will not fucking work with me. She says nothing will be said as soon as Dad comes in. You little fucking bastard!
The next day, unaware of the unfolding crisis, Gail Yoxall arrives for her first appointment with Tom.
Mr. That's my card.
All right.
Shall I close the door?
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm a drugs and alcohol social worker. And Lynn Dawson made a referral to me and asked me if I would come along and see you to see if there was anything that I could do, offer help in any way.
I'm all right.
Okay.
I've got a son that's missing at the minute, like, but, you know.
Right. Would you like to go through the assessment?
Yeah, if you like.
But I'm aware.
Where?
It's just up around the corner.
He'll be back. At least we know he's still here. It's because he's seen me. That's why he hasn't come in, because he thinks he's going to get belted. I'm not going to belt him.
If you see old Mark, come up and tell us, right?
So which way, what bike is he on?
It's like on a chrome bike,
silver
like a silver
BMX.
silver. On a silver.
So what I'll do is, we'll go back to your house, I'll take you back to your house, and then I'll go and have a look for him on the bike. Okay?
2 hours later, Lynn gets the news that Mark has sneaked back into the house and stolen £70 of his sister's holiday money before running off again.
We have to... Hello.
I've just come in.
Have you told me anything? I know. There's,
the band's gone where?
Hello, Tom. I gather there's lots of problems again.
I want to develop right now.
He's just... Well, we don't know where he is, Tom.
Well, I don't care, but he's not getting back in here.
Right, well, that's what I've come to talk to you about. Because
Take him now, right now, now.
I think, obviously, you're not very well at the minute. I think your mum was getting tired. And I think...
all right.
I'm sick.
Yeah. So what I was going to talk to you today about was, are you sort of now sort of giving you consent for us to look at some respite? So if we find Mark, we can try and find a placement for him, an alternative
do it
placement.
Now. Do it right now.
Well, we don't know where he is, obviously.
He's not getting back in here, mind.
Right. Well, what I need your consent to obviously. No,
give us a paper, I'll sign it.
Well, I've got papers here, but
give us a paper, I'll sign it right
wait
now.
a minute, Tom.
No, I won't wait a minute.
Tom, you've just this minute walked in the door. I know it was a nasty shock to have to tell you.
I don't care if he's my son or not. He's not getting back in here. He doesn't get back in here ever again.
Well, that's what you say.
I think obviously that's people's initial reaction. I mean, we know there's lots.
Initial reaction. Hey, man, girl, listen to me. You don't know the trouble what I'm going through, right? I want rid of that kid, or I'll kill him, right?
Yeah.
Get in a court of law, I can get tried for that. I'll do it. I've had enough of this shit.
That evening, Mark is picked up in a local park.
I'm Bob Carr. Right. I do the same as Lynn does. I'm a social worker. But where Lynn does it during the day,
You do during the night.
I do it during the night. How did you know that?
It's obvious, man.
Well, some lads can pick it up quick, some can't. So, your dad and Lynn's had some discussions today. And your dad said, well, I would like our Mark accommodating for a certain length of time to give everybody some breathing space so everybody can sit down, think things through, collect themselves and decide where we go next, where we go from here. Right?
So how long will I be staying there then?
Mark, I haven't a clue. From the information I got from Lynn, Tina...
Is there any other people there?
Not at the moment, she's out there on her own. Now, unfortunately, she had a little dog, but it's just recently died. And I think she's still a bit cut up about that. Last time I was at the house, she had a little dog, but I was asking about it tonight when I phoned her. She says, oh, it died.
What kind was it, like Jack Russell?
No, it was some kind of little hairy thing, that's all I can tell you, Mark.
Oh, looked like a little old dog.
I didn't know what it looked like, it just barked when I came to the door.
She's a single carer, but she's got a sensible head.
Right. I mean, Tom's saying at the minute just know where he wants them back.
Well, I hope that continues in a way. Great. That
But we'll
means
need
the family will have
a
respite.
break. Or they're desperate. I mean, Granny and Dad are just saying, there's everything going on in there.
And where's he going to run to? You'll not know where it is.
Yeah.
It really is a
Keep
long way.
him there, and she can give him a bit of attention, which I think in some ways they're crying out for some attention.
Absolutely.
Mark's being taken to a foster carer who lives in a village 30 miles away.
But this way I'll not be walking back, that's for sure.
What, mate?
But this way if I feel like walking back, I'll not.
Oh, it's a canny little hike.
It's a canny walk.
So why did you run away, Mark?
I mean, at that very moment, I was just thinking, get in, I'm leaving now. I regret it all now, though.
Do you? What about your dad?
I mean, I still love him, You know what I mean? Mm. You know?
So you regret it. Why do you regret it?
Well, because I didn't know if he wants us back. Oh, Jason, be asleep now.
But he's missing you too,
Like, no, I bet he was awake, thinking, and this is the truth, right? And I don't believe it's right, but you know, just before, and I swear down, right? I might not believe it's right, but I heard his voice in my head, you know. Saying, yeah, right, and all that. You can do that, you know, when you're a twin.
Really?
Swear down. I mean, watch, right? And this is the truth. If I slap my head on the hardest, right, as I can, I bet he'd wake up. I bet he would. Bet he wakes up in about 2 minutes.
Jason's staying with his Auntie Pauline and Uncle Frankie, who have 5 boys of their own. They've agreed with Tom to have Jason for half-term, so that Grandma can go home and have a week's break.
Are you happier here?
Then we'll tell Mark. No, I'm going to live with Mark.
So tell me about that. Why's that?
Because you're a twin brother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I miss him. I do, honestly. I miss kicking him in and all that. And he was shouting at us and all that. I do.
Mark's spent a weekend in the country, and Lynn is hoping to keep him in foster care for the half-term. On Monday, she calls Tom to keep him abreast of her plans.
Well, it's just I need to fill in some forms. You know, we need to plan about what's happening with Mark. Well, that's what we need to talk about. I've been ringing you at home all morning. I also need to get some more clothes for him and some bits and pieces. You want him home? Right. Right. Well, can you come in and we'll talk about that? Okay then. Thanks very much, Tom. Thanks. Bye. Great. Thanks a lot. Bye. You want some home? Can't do anything else if he wants some home.
Here we go. Who are going to see?
Lynn Dawson.
I mean, we accommodated him because on Friday you were saying you didn't want him home, and I know you were angry, and obviously the reason why I wanted to see you today was to find out exactly what you did feel, you know, what your views were now about what you wanted to happen.
I was angry then, I'm not now.
Right, okay. So I'll ring Mark as soon as I can get through to him and say that you want him to come home.
Of course I do.
Okay.
He's my son. I know I said I didn't want him, but I was just angry, that's all. Words are cheap, you know.
No. But, you know, we've got to think of, like, Mark as well and how he feels, haven't we? Because it's not been easy for him as well. You know, and I think there's still a lot of issues there, you know, that we need to sort of help Mark and Jason with.
Nothing wrong with Jason.
You know.
Jason's fine.
Well, I disagree. I mean, I think they're both struggling at the minute, Tom. I think that they do need a lot of emotional support at the minute.
Well, if they were, they would get it.
You know. But what I question is whether or not you're able to give them it at the minute, because I think...
Right, that's fair enough.
No, but Tom, I just think because you've had your feeling...
Look, I'll tell you what it is. You want me kids off me, and it's as simple as that, you fucking do.
Tom wants his son home from foster care and now sees social services as the enemy.
When they finish work, when they finish ruining my life, they go home and they're having a tea, evening meal, whatever you want to call it, and then they might pop out to the local club or pub with a partner and everything's nice. But they don't think about me, do they? when my children's not there and I'm getting harassment off them all the time, they don't think about that, do they? Once their office shuts, yeah, as far as they're concerned, that's it.
You have to wear your glasses, otherwise you can't play football, Chris said.
Who's Chris?
That evening, Lynn brings Mark some clean clothes. She needs to know what he wants to do.
But I've spoken to your dad today, yeah? And I don't know how you feel, but your dad was saying like he does want you to go back home.
Don't know, I might want to stay here a couple more weeks.
Couple more
Let
weeks.
it settle down. A couple more, yeah.
Right, a couple more, yeah. So I take it you don't want to go home tonight, eh? Right, okay.
When's our Jason going home?
Well, Jason's going home at the weekend, I think, because he's back at school on Monday. So, I mean...
So he'll be going back on Sunday or something?
Probably, I'm not sure yet, but your Deborah's going to ring your gran, and then your gran will go back down to your dad's for when Jason returns.
Well, I'll go back when he goes back. Is that okay?
Unexpectedly, Tom rings up.
Hello? Hi. You're
probably getting worried because
I know I think it might be Monday night. Not really. Because I know I'm going to get the pay for nicking the money. Aye, but I couldn't have got in, could I? Not at the moment. No.
What happened?
No, I just said, I told him the truth. Do you want to come home with Mum? He says, do you want to come home? Like I says, no, not at the moment. He says, alright, goodbye.
Aye.
Told you. And he did say something about the money. He says, I know you took it. See, I told you. Told you straight away. As soon as your phone's up. Told you. Now crack. Ma! Jason being stingy. Yeah.
Lynn's arranged for Mark to visit Jason at Pauline's.
Mint!
It's the first time they've been together for 5 days.
So you can collect your guns and you can change your guns and things like that.
You can.
Do you understand all this, Pauline? I sit and watch them.
Pauline and the twins' mother Linda were sisters. They were very close.
Linda loved them. Double joy, I think it was for her. I was had the camera. I was a coward. I had the camera. I took the shots. We just took it for granted. It was the women and the children. Tom thought that's what men did. You know, they supplied the money to the family, and men went off and done their own thing, and they come home and seen the children as the children were going to bed, sort of thing. Linda took them all over, and sometimes we used to go with her and we used to just get scruffy.
Well, good.
But we also found out if it was just us and the boys, we could do more what we wanted. The men were stuffy.
Well, can I get a pen?
The dirtier the kids were at the end of the day, the happier time they had.
So, take us for walks and stuff. Go climb, like, not properly rock climb cliffs and stuff. And, like, take us to the beach and stuff. My dad's only took us out twice, you know, since she died.
They want to go home with their dad, and they want him to be sober and to take them out, and they want to be a family. But it isn't happening, is it? So we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, well, I nearly went to do that thing there and he went out. I was wearing a bit. Who shot the dog? The hey man!
Pauline's willing to offer Tom regular breaks from the twins, but social services are unwilling to take her on as a foster carer because she's in remission from cancer and her house is already full. At the end of the day, Mark has to return to his foster carer. He's enjoyed a week of undivided attention, but by Sunday he's missing his friends and wants to go home.
Just brand new.
On Monday, after school, Lynn takes the boys back.
Lynn, will you get us a pair of Reebok Exolite?
Get you a pair of what? Reebok Exolite?
Aye.
I think your dad might get you some.
Are you Mendel?
When they arrive, Tom's in bed and Grandma's there to greet them.
Do I know you?
No.
Are you sure? How dare you just walk in this house? Showing off.
Grandma, I'm not going to ask my father if we can go to the youth club.
You are not going upstairs. No.
Is my dad on? Is he in?
No, he's in, but he's not up. No.
Hmm.
Well, have you been to school then?
I know right there.
That night, Mark's allowed to sleep over at a friend's, but they're spotted walking the streets at 4 a.m. The following day, he doesn't go to school and doesn't go home either.
So what's the reason he's run away for?
I don't know, Tom.
There's no reason.
He just didn't want to go to school. So that's it. He didn't go.
Wherever he is, let him stay there.
Well, unfortunately, Tom, the police will have to come and look for him. You can't leave a boy, 12-year-old, outside.
Then he shouldn't be such an asshole.
I agree. But they don't think the way we do.
Well, I'm sick of my life being ruined. Just sick of it being ruined. And
Are you putting your coat on when you go out?
No.
His temper will calm down shortly. But I'm always frightened when Tom's like that, particularly now. I'm getting rather worried in case he does do some damage to himself. It's quite possible. Tom's always been a big, strong bloke. And look at him now. When I see that photograph on there, Nicola, I could cry. I could cry. That's my son there. Not this one here.
After the twins' mum died, Tom gave up a well-paid job on the oil rigs, and he hasn't worked since.
Granny's been very frank with us. Tom can't parent these children, but I suppose we've still got to prove it, haven't we? Because he won't agree, but he doesn't do anything, she says. She does everything.
Are you in the park with you? Jason, we're going swimming in the river. Are you coming?
The next day after school, Jason finds Mark just around the corner.
Nah, big and silly Chapman's.
He's been staying with their friend, Dodger.
Just keep your mouth shut. Don't worry, that's not rough. You have to pick it up. Oh, it's...
Where are you staying tonight?
I'm sleeping with Dodgers.
You're sleeping with Dodgers?
Yeah.
Do you not want to go home?
I don't think things are settled down. And I'm not going into care. I miss Jason too much.
Hey, just go like that. Lift your feet up. Jason! Lift your feet up. There. Drop. Getting there. He's getting there. You're not.
Social services have to find somewhere safe for Mark to live. They know he wants to be with Jason, so they start thinking about alternative accommodation for both twins.
But Tom isn't agreeing, you know. He isn't really agreeing for Jason to be accommodated. He's clearly saying Jason isn't a problem at the minute because he hadn't done anything, and they were saying it's Mark.
Yes, but Jason might not be a problem, but Jason has needs as well.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if we haven't got Dad's consent, unless you're suggesting we speak to legal.
Oh, well, here comes Ratback. Like a big head walking in.
Hey?
Yes?
What?
I've never said anything yet.
After 4 days on the run, Mark drops by to see Jason. Dodger's come as well.
And Mark, what are you going to say at school when you go back?
I stayed off.
I know that you played the nick all the week. And Jason doesn't bring it.
It's a test land. If I do well on it, right, I can go international. I'll go to London, say the Queen, right? And that's if I get over 80. 80%? Right, so 100. Hey, give me that, I get you 100% like that.
Mark can't spell his name. You want a bloody good hiding. That's what you want.
Could I have a light, please?
You don't smoke in here.
Huh?
You don't smoke in here.
It's Mark let smoke outside.
If I catch him with one, I'll shove it down his throat.
Down his throat.
You're not going out. Sit down.
I'll go and get you later.
You're not.
Grandma feels she's losing control of the boys.
Jason, you're trying my patience. Be
No.
careful.
No, I'm not.
Be careful. You'll bloody well find out. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Tom. I have been insulted this afternoon. Something disgusting.
What have you said?
Just a moment. And I am not prepared to be insulted again. I have no intention of looking after your children. I shall do the necessary, but that's all. That's all.
No wonder I can't find a relationship. This is doing my freaking head in.
And I wish I was out of the bugger and never come back.
You wish?
Yes.
What do you think I wish?
I don't wish to see your children ever again.
Neither do I.
But I don't.
Depends what I feel like, doesn't it?
You want to run off and out, please, Diesel?
With the sounds of things, I mean, as well.
What?
With the sounds of things, I mean, as well.
Please, sir. Remember, you were causing the trouble, not me. I'm not causing the trouble.
I've been causing the trouble, but you're blaming it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you at all.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not. If she says he's
Thank you, Dodger. Thank you.
Oh, he's down if you want to say this anymore. Stop blaming us.
But you said you were going to go.
Yeah, I didn't do it. When he said he doesn't want it, that's when I said
I
don't
never
go.
said I didn't want you here.
Ah, you did. In a polite way.
Dodger. Who is it?
I think it's
I
Grandma
think you
says
were wrong. It was me that said.
Nah, the other me.
didn't
He sat there and he
want
said, I don't want to see my children
Hey,
anymore.
Who the hell do you think you're sitting pointing at, you little bastard?
I wasn't pointing no one.
Does you know where I am?
Aye.
Aye. And remember who feeds and clothes you. Don't give me a shit.
Well, that's what you said.
Because I won't take no shit from you. Because you are a little shit. That's a fact.
Thing is, near, I had to go somewhere for about a couple of weeks so we can calm down.
But your dad doesn't agree with us, you see. Your dad thinks that everything's fine. And your dad thinks you're fine and your Mark's fine. What would you have to say about that?
He's wrong, isn't he?
He's wrong.
Within days, Mark's in trouble again.
Right, Mark, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to bail you out of the police station. The reason for that is that the police officers that interviewed you have got further inquiries that they've got to do. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It's quite important you come back because if you don't...
It's £5,000 fine out 3 months bail.
How do you know that?
It's not off by heart.
Oh, you're joking. God, that's serious, that, isn't it? And who's that with then? Suspicion of, but that's a very serious offence. I mean, isn't that a Section 53, a Home Office section? At Her Majesty's pleasure?
Your gran is in, and she said that the social workers have asked you not to stay out, and she says there's no reason why you can't go back there tonight.
There's no reason why I should.
Right. But
Why didn't my dad come down the first day?
It's only 12 weeks since social services first became involved with the twins. But they think the time's come to find out if they'd have the legal grounds to take the boys away from Tom.
I have to say the situation appears to have deteriorated. I certainly have no problem with the grounds existing in relation to either child for an application for care or an application for an EPO.
They decide to go to court.
The snowball's rolling down the hill and building up now, isn't it? That's what's happening now. I just wonder when it's all gonna end.
The judge grants social services a care order, which gives them the power to overrule Tom as and when they see fit.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah, Martin.
They immediately take the boys away from him and fund a loft conversion for Auntie Pauline's house so the twins can move in with her and Uncle Frankie.
I like to see them get the best out of life. They haven't had a motherly love around them, and that's all there is to it, you know. I mean, if anything happened to my wife, I don't think I could give my kids the same love that she can. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd try. But a mother's love is different to a man's love, I think.
Time is against them. I mean, they were only, 9.5 when it all happened. And they're coming up 13 now, so 3.5 years is a long time for them to be off the track. So, and with their brother being where he is, I'd hate to see them turn out like him. You know, I don't want to see them behind bars. If they go behind bars, I'll feel like I failed her.
I wish she'd still been here. There'd been none of this trouble. I know exactly what Linda will be saying. It's your own freaking fault. Should have been come poodling in with the shopping bags, shouting and bawling. Saying, I'm freaking sick of shopping. Costs a fortune. And she'd be shouting, how he gives her hand to put this stuff away instead of sitting in there reading that bloody paper. And now it's it, eh? Now it's it. No. On purpose. She would say, you freaking will. I'll stop this tin of peas off your head, because she was broad Geordie. I used to wind her up, you know. Then I would say, oh, all right. I suppose. Yeah, Linda. The mother of my children.
Get up, man! Are you seeing ya?
Go on. Did you see him there? See you later, and then he hit a car.
Yeah, I'm still in front of you.
When the boys were taken into care, I had to stop filming and was forced to withdraw from their lives. Ten years later, when the twins were out of the care of social services, I decided to try and find them.
That's all right. About this program.
Keep us warm, Jason. Keep us warm.
I caught up with Jason outside Durham jail. He got himself a girlfriend called Lindsay.
Oh, here he is.
Hey!
They were waiting for Mark to be released. It looked like the twins had predicted their own futures.
How you doing, Nicola? Lindsay, how you doing? Hi. I'll show you that again.
Mark has 36 convictions and has spent most of his adult life in jail. Jason also has a criminal record, although much less serious. I wanted to know how this had happened.
Right, the locals don't like me and all that. Locals love me. They didn't like me though, did they?
They took me back to where I'd last seen them, with their Auntie Pauline and Uncle Frankie.
Oh, boys, all right, lads?
Right, all right.
All right.
Long time no see.
Right.
I got the photograph.
Hello, Nicola.
This is the attic room that social services funded. Jason lived here until he was 18.
This is my little room. It's where I used to go and sit and have joints on the roof. But the bed used to be there. Right.
Did you enjoy your time here?
No, I enjoyed my time very much here, right? I look at the view you've got. Class view of that.
Did you feel safe here, Jason?
I felt very safe here, right? It was a proper caring family home like what I was used to when my mum was alive, so I knew I was going to be alright here. So if I'd stayed at my dad's, I would have only more than likely been in jail for a long time now, or probably on harder drugs.
2 years after the twins moved in, Pauline died of cancer, leaving Frankie to raise 6 boys.
I built everything up for her. Because, I mean, I was 20 odd years older than her. And I end up being left behind, you know what I mean? I should still miss the kids, still think about her. She'll never be forgot, like.
That's weird, you have to relieve.
Mark never settled down and only stayed here for 18 months.
After Mark burglared certain houses round here, he was a marked boy, and there was a few lads after him, and he was safer away from here than he was here.
And in the end, there was a copper's house by accident I did up there, and
in the Vigo.
In the Vigo, like, and that's near good, like, doing the policeman's house.
They must have sent at least 20 police officers to arrest him.
Aye, there was loads, wasn't there?
The house was surrounded. The back lane had police cars in.
It was old Michael first, because someone said it was a paper boy that come in, now the cops on Michael.
Police cars were all up the street, and they arrested them outside the front door.
I didn't think I'd get caught away. I was only 13 years old. I thought I was invincible, you know what I mean? And the size was that I'd get through the keyhole, so no one ever seen us do it. It was just, I wasn't doing it with gloves or anything. It was just, I left my fingerprints all over. And obviously, with it being the copper's house, I eventually got caught straight away. The day before I was due to go on holiday, and I was hauled away, never to be seen again in the area.
Mark spent a short time with another uncle, but from there he moved into the care system proper. He was placed in children's homes, foster homes, and secure units all over the northeast, before being put into bed and breakfast on his own. Whilst he was here, he was prosecuted for drunken assault, and aged 18, found himself in prison.
To be honest with you, if I'd known now what care was like and the way it was going to be, I would rather have stayed at my dad's and took a kicking every couple of days when he came in drunk. I would rather have done that than go into care.
So you both had different experiences, really, didn't you?
We both had very different experiences when we left my dad's, because I went to my Auntie Pauline's and I stayed there. He come with us and he messed it up by going out burgling houses.
When the twins were 18, their lives took a dramatic turn. They suddenly became rich. They'd received compensation money for the accident that killed their mother. Jason used some of the money to buy a house in a posh village, and when Mark was released from jail, they moved in together.
So how much money did you get?
I got £74,778.97, and it took us 1 year to blow, to spend it. And I got £64,572.84 and spent that within 5 months.
How do you spend that kind of money so quick?
Bought drugs. That's what I spent it on. Cannabis. And lots of others. Cocaine, cowies, amphetamines, alcohol, crack, cars, motorbikes, guns, knives, swords, axes, taxis, prostitutes. Well, we basically just lit the place up for 7 months. Lit the place up for 7 months, just. And then in the end, the villagers we got that sick of us. A petition together, and saying getting us barred from our own house.
They sold the house at a loss, and within months had spent the money and were sleeping rough. Then they were issued with antisocial behaviour orders.
We are now at the place where we found out we were getting an ASBO. We were sitting down there on the grass, where you can see behind us, having a couple of cans, enjoying ourselves after we've been up all night partying, and 2 police officers walk across, say ID, and just go, here, there's yours, and that's where we got them. Give us a file about that fat in front of everyone, just walk over and say, right, there you go, Jason, there you go, Mark. Pick the cans up, say, you can't drink them here, put them in the bag and walk away.
The ASBO forbids them from drinking in public, and most of Jason's convictions have been for doing just that.
I'm not allowed to walk down the street with a can in my hand, I'm not allowed to smoke a joint. We basically can't do anything that we enjoy doing.
I wondered what the rest of the family thought about how the boys had turned out. I went looking for Grandma and found her back in the cottage where she used to live before she helped Tom with the twins. She's now 86.
I just don't know about those children. Because that's when I when I left, and I've never seen them since. I don't know anything they've done.
So they've never been through to visit you or anything?
No, and I don't want them.
Why's that?
I just don't want anything to do with the family. It's after all of these years, and particularly now. Particularly now, because I think they may try and take advantage of me being blind, and I'm not that type, mind. But I wasn't a mother. I wasn't a mother to them. I tried to do everything. When I say you try, you mean you cooked the meals, you did the washing, you saw that they were in bed at a proper time, and in the bath and everything. That is not the same. No, it's not the same. And of course, Tom used to leave it all to me as well.
It wasn't hard to find Tom. He still drinks in the same working man's club where I last saw him. It's been his second home since the boy's mother died.
He's just lost, man. Like, as soon as my mother died, everything just stopped in him. The full lot, and he didn't give a fuck about anything but his drink. Since he picked that receiver up and he heard them words, that there is just shriveled up and fucking gone. That's gone. Confidence are gone. His will to live's gone. What we really wanted was my dad just to sort his head out, you know what I mean? Stop drinking all the time, because he was all right when he was sober.
Tom only sees his sons occasionally.
I would like to see them get steady jobs and settle down, but I don't think that's going to happen at the moment. But deep down, they're not really bad lads. They just, well, it's youth, innit? I suppose.
Every time Mark gets out of jail, he's homeless and reliant on friends for lodgings. His expectations of himself are low, and with a criminal record, his job prospects are bleak.
Yeah.
He lives life from day to day, getting high when he can afford it, and avoiding his debts.
Tell me when out again. Who is it?
Just be quiet now, just don't answer the door. I don't know.
Daniel Gassman.
British gas, I think.
Told you.
It's not 9:25, is it?
Right. 9:25. Gassman's calling. No doubt we'll be seeing you owe some money.
It's a similar story for Jason, but he does at least have a home with his girlfriend. Since meeting Lindsay, he's managed to stay out of trouble.
Ryan!
And helping to look after her son gives him a daily routine.
Yeah, is your shoes alright?
I can't sit down.
Alright.
I get a big.
It's getting later and later.
I do.
So come on.
I just do not know.
Your friend Callum said you got PE on a Monday and Thursday, I think.
It's a Monday today.
I think I'll be a much better father than what my dad was to us. That mouse.
Ooh.
Makes us feel nice, wanted. I just want a job, raise a family, and be happy.
The only work Mark and Jason do each week is 1 day of community service. They have 240 hours left to go. It's their latest punishment for breaking the terms of their ASBO.
The whole thing, like manager, assistant manager, qualifications, list like the fucking size of your fucking jail record. Right, I haven't even looked at it.
The twins know that getting a job might stop them drifting, but regard it as a hopeless ambition.
Do you know what it is? I dare say 50% of the time since I've been out of jail, I wished I was back in. And that can put my hand on my heart and tell you that.
Be a teacher, Mark.
Someone's job, right?
Be a teacher.
No.
14 years ago, Mark and Jason's mother died, and neither their father nor the state seemed to have prepared them for adult life. But they're still only 22.
Can do to make me on through to my God. Get off me, please get off me. I don't want to go. Jason, give you a push. You can do to make me on through to my God. Please get off me. I don't want to go. Jason, stop it, man. She's filming us. All right.